6:30 a.m. right now on this Wednesday. It's April 2nd. I'm Michael Gargiulo.
I'm Darlene Rodriguez. Adelle Caballero's here. There's a mess on the FDR right now that you've been watching, and Storm Team 4's LaRosa is checking on the forecast.
Yeah, it's chilly out there. Maybe a little time to warm up the car. Some of us still below freezing at this hour, but skies are bright for now as the sun is on its way up over the horizon. Yeah, but we're feeling the chill. As I mentioned, still some spots below freezing this morning. Not the city, we're at 37, but you see from Grahamsville, Middletown in the 20s right now. Chester still at 29 degrees with Mount Kisco at 35. Central Park and College Point, as well as Fort Lee and Passaic at 37 degrees currently. From Elmont as well. Garden City, you're sitting at 36 degrees. So the High Line, maybe a nice brisk walk and grab that jacket, but we'll see some sunshine early on and then more clouds as the day goes on. By lunchtime, just 45 degrees. So it does stay cool today. 47 our high. Then nearly steady temperatures heading into this evening. Maybe a spotty shower. Showers more likely tomorrow morning as actually temperatures rise heading into tomorrow morning. All right, 6:30 right now. It has been busy for you, Adele. What's the latest?
Yes, it has been quite a morning. Latest is the FDR Drive northbound, just past exit 3 for the Manhattan Bridge. We are watching a crash here, taking out a couple lanes. We're going to head outside right now, actually, to Chopper 4, giving us a closer look onto that. Now, we've got fire department activity on the scene there. You can see it does look like a pretty serious crash. Police are there as well. Traffic is being pushed off to the shoulder. They're making its way through, and delays at this point. A solid ride heading all the way back to about the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. We'll keep you posted on that. We continue to watch this crash here as well on the Belt Parkway westbound by exit 15 for Erskine Street. Michael, back to you.
Adele, thank you very much.
36 now. It is a record. Last night, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker wrapped up what is now the longest speech ever on the Senate floor.
With Maria, school day about to get underway, bright and early.
Yeah, it's one of those weeks where you kind of need all of the different types of clothing, right? Some of that winter gear. Not a bad idea this morning as temperatures are starting off in the 30s, but bright skies. It's still the mid-40s for lunchtime and recess, so hopefully they grab that jacket, and still in the 40s later on tonight. Could have a very stormy and damp bus stops forecast here for the next couple of mornings, all in the 10-day forecast.
Thanks so much, Maria. Also ahead, a fiery crash.
Heading northbound just past exit 3 for the Manhattan Bridge. We've got a crash now just closing down one lane. We are going to head outside right now to Chopper 4, giving us that bird's eye view. We are still seeing some slowdowns through the area, though. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to let you know just how far back they're going. Darlene, Michael.
Thank you, Adele. You can now watch Today in New York at 7 a.m. Live local news continues wherever you stream News 4. We'll be back.
I want to check in with Maria. So we're watching what's happening like in the midsection of the country, and it's really impacting us too.
Yeah, we're going to see this all kind of tied together, and definitely enough weather to slow us down travel-wise for sure, and today included. So the main feature here is this area of low pressure, the spring system ahead of it, warm and stormy, and in fact, very stormy, unfortunately. Expecting high-end severe weather potential here from the Ohio Valley through the Mississippi Valley. You're probably going to hear us talk a lot about this zone. Days and days of rain here, maybe a foot or more by the time we get to the weekend. So we're expecting some pretty major flooding through the Mississippi and the Ohio rivers. Of course, we're tracking the stormy threat for us heading into tomorrow, but also south of us here on into Friday. But this is all kind of the similar boundary where we see the waves right along it. And we're kind of in familiar territory with that. We've had that kind of setup here for the last week or two, essentially. But yeah, the Storm Prediction Center kind of give us a wide spread here into Thursday into early Friday for the potential of heavy rain and maybe some gusty winds. It's not nonstop. This is going to be kind of waves of this moving through. So we're going to do our best to time it out. So today is kind of cloudy and cool. We see our first batch of little showers here this evening, maybe enough for a little iciness here through the parts of the Hudson Valley, northern Connecticut. But you can see through tomorrow evening, and then again Friday morning, kind of that zone where that boundary sets up will be a train track for a few waves of showers and storms. And again, some may be heavy at times. And in fact, by the time we get to the weekend, maybe an additional 1 to 2 inches of rainfall in the rain bucket by the time we get to, again, Saturday and Sunday. But today, enjoy the little bit of sunshine we've got now, but it is chilly, 37 degrees. Currently, we'll see just 45 degrees at noontime on our way up to 47. So we're on the chilly, cloudy side of things today. Temperatures steady to near rising heading into tomorrow morning. And of course, tomorrow afternoon, the warm day up to 70 degrees, but we'll keep the umbrella handy with rounds of showers possible. Then by Friday, they're off to our south, so good for the Mets home opener. And then Saturday and Sunday, at any point here, again, we're kind of looking at that rain chance. Temperatures surge a bit on Sunday before we settle into the 40s and 50s next week, looking a little bit calmer here with more opportunities for sunshine. All right, 6:46 now. Adele, what's going on?
We've got a lot going on. Pretty busy today. FDR Drive northbound, keeping a close eye here. Just past the Manhattan Bridge, exit 3, we've got a crash. It is in the process of wrapping up. We've got Chopper 4 live over the scene here. You can see police are there on the scene. Left lane is still taken out, but it looks like the tow truck is on the move now. So this should be completely wrapped up shortly. For the time being, though, you're going to want to give yourself some extra time. We're still seeing delays here heading all the way back to about the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. Again, we will let you know when that's completely clear, though. And then on the Belt Parkway westbound side, over by exit 15 Erskine Street, we do have a crash still taking out the left lane there. Delays heading well into Queens at this point, and into New Jersey. We've got another accident on the Garden State Parkway northbound by exit 135. For Central Avenue, expect to see a tight ride through the area. Darlene, back to you.
Thank you, 6-4. Thank you for streaming with us. It is Wednesday morning, April 2nd. I'm Darlene Rodriguez.
I'm Michael Gorgiulo. Adelle Caballero here tracking our roads and rails. Storm Team 4's Maria LaRosa here with today's forecast. So we've got in the future 70s, 40s, we have everything.
Yes, and we're never going to be bored.
No, that's true.
I'm not going to be bored. A lot to keep track of and get through, so we're going to help you with timing it all out, because timing is critical with these kinds of changes. Out there right now, you can see the sun is up, it's shining. Watching this next big spring system, this is going to bring us some showers, even some thunderstorms. Not today. Today is more about the increase in clouds and being on the cool side of the whole system. But a few patchy clouds have already moved in. As I mentioned, it's given us a very pretty sunrise. But by lunchtime at 12 o'clock, we have outdoor dining going on, 45 degrees, and 47 will be the high today. That's it. More clouds definitely as the afternoon and evening rolls on. There may be a quick passing shower, especially north of town through the early evening. Otherwise, temperatures climbing, clouds thickening up, and more likely to see some showers around by tomorrow morning on our way up to another big warm up. All right. It has been a problematic morning commute. Adele, what's going on?
Yes, it's definitely going to be one of those mornings. It's going to take some time to navigate around. Let's give you a couple of updates here first, though. With your ferries, Haverstraw to Austining, or Haverstraw-Austining line, you've got new schedules in effect. Spring schedules are in effect for your New York City ferry as well. And if you are heading out to the roadways right now, heading out to JFK Airport, you're going to need a lot of extra time. We've got big delays here heading through the terminals because of long-term construction. They have trickled back to the Van Wyck Expressway, so definitely tack on some extra time to your commute there. Routes 1 and 9, also a bit of a slow go here. Route 3 to the Lincoln Tunnel. Both ways, you've got some lane shifts because of ongoing construction for the Hudson Tunnel. Darlene, Michael, back to you.
Thank you, Adele. All right, Romney, thank you. Let's check in with Maria on this weather. What are those 30s all about?
I know, right? Yeah, we're in a bit of a chill right now, but we do have some peaks of sun already around the boroughs from Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, and the Bronx. Yes, in the 30s. But dry for today, tomorrow. Yes, warmer, but it gets more complicated with stormy chances too. So we'll break down the impacts and the timing in the 10-day forecast.
Thanks so much. Still to come,
If you are heading out to the rails, we've got some dayside track work here. 25 AEF, JZ, and Staten Island Railway coming up. We're going to let you know what's going to slow you down on the roads. Here's a peek out there now onto the Alexander Hamilton Bridge. You're watching Today in New York.
best known for his roles in blockbuster films in the 80s and 90s, like Top Gun, Batman Forever, and The Doors. Well, hundreds of people filled the Elizabeth Street Garden in Nolita for a last-minute push to keep the doors open.
Property. All right, the talk of the opening weekend for Major League Baseball is being dominated by bats, one in specifically, a new one being used by many of the Yankees.
Yeah, they're called torpedo bats, and they are propelling the Yanks to a record-breaking start. Today, New York's John Chandler traveled to the warehouse in Pennsylvania, where they're crafted for a look at what makes them so different.
We are fascinated by that story, right?
That's right. We'll see what happens.
They have IT guys designing bats. It's amazing.
That's
so cool.
Because they're that smart.
It's amazing, right? Science. Love science. All right. Well, we have an opportunity to see what the torpedo bats can do today. The Diamondbacks are against the Yankees at home here. 7:05 first pitch. Obviously, our theme today, definitely how chilly it's going to be and going to stay. Cloudy skies as well. But it'll be dry through the game, but temperatures only in the low to mid 40s. Then we have the Mets home opener Friday. looking not too bad. A few clouds, yes, but 65 degrees with that first pitch at 3:10. In between these two games, though, some pretty interesting weather. Yes, there is potential for not just showers, but also thunderstorms. So I'm going to start there. The Storm Prediction Center kind of giving us a general overview here that there is that risk for the gusty winds and that very heavy rainfall, maybe some other impacts. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Really starting later on tonight, our first kind of little dose of some showers moving through the Hudson Valley. Notice a little bit of pink. National Weather Service office is kind of giving a heads up that there might be enough to get a little iciness going. So we'll watch the radar closely there for this evening. But you kind of see it fast forward through tomorrow. Not a washout, and we are going to warm up quite a bit, but it sort of waves on this boundary that's going to be draped close to our area pretty much now through the end of the weekend. And then you also see from late Thursday into early on Friday, some of those heftier showers and maybe a thunderstorm. But again, the cloudier skies, or I should say the rain, dips to the south in time for the Mets home opener. But overall, we still have a lot more rain to go, and that includes this weekend, maybe another inch or two to add to the bucket between now and the end of the weekend. Today, though, enjoy a little bit of sunshine. Clouds are already on the move in. 47 for the high. Note the temperatures holding steady in the mid-40s, slowly rising into tomorrow morning. So the warm-up really starts late tonight. And then by tomorrow afternoon, up near 70 degrees. But again, the chance for some showers, a few thunderstorms. You're going to notice the humidity is back as well. And then Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday kind of cool gray with the showers. We get a bump in temperatures on Sunday. I think most of the day is relatively quiet, but showers move in later. And that clears us out, dries us out for next week, where we get more sunshine in that forecast. All right, Adele, has been a busy morning for you.
Yes, a very busy morning to say the least. Right now, we do have a crash we're watching on the Gowanus Expressway eastbound. This is by exit 26 for Hamilton Avenue. You've got a couple lanes closed off. Already seeing a solid ride all the way back to the Verrazano Bridge. If you are going to be heading around later today, as Maria mentioned, we've got the Yankees facing off against the Diamondbacks. First pitch at 7:05 p.m. You can bet you're going to be seeing those delays on the roadways. Stick to your 4B or D trains instead. Quick reminder here, 80 both ways still shut down over by exit 34 because of ongoing road work. Darlene, Michael, back to you.
Well, thank you. Well, the race